finish up, and then we can, unless, yep, go ahead. Yep.
Are there ideas for what this could be used with existing clients,
It's always better.
TBI,
Always.
they have?
How would this supplement our PTOT program?
Well,
Just
it-
enhance, I think.
I think it would make our program more accessible to the residents we have. Because what we're doing now, I'd say 30–40% can't do what we're doing just because of their limitations. And so for
So
me,
how would this enhance the limitations of those we have?
Well,
I mean, we
because-
have they seen the tools that we have in your end of the facility?
We haven't seen it yet. We can, I hope we can
So
have
that
some
we
time.
have, it's very minimal, but it's more than what we have here, certainly.
yeah, we have the bike, we have the
Yeah.
feet,
Yeah,
the
right.
arm,
The
yeah.
upper body
Yeah.
diameter. That's actually, I wanted to mention that. One of the cool things about the Fitness Arch is that it is a platform on which to build on. So we're talking about a bicycle, right? So one of the things that we're designing is attachments. The first ones we've designed is the harness, right?
Right,
And we've designed a pull-up bar. Okay, those were the things that were asked first. We're designing a hand bike and a foot bike. The thing locks.
mm-hmm,
You have a stable thing. You just put it on. You have your foot bike and a hand bike, and
mm-hmm.
hopefully we'll design it in this year, 2011, and hopefully the same one will work for both. It's basically going to. It's not about the bike. It's about the attachment,
Right.
because the bikes have been
The
invented.
only problem I have with the bike is that you have to be able to stand and get on the bike.
Well, and that's the point here, right? You already are sitting down. You can
Right.
flip it on, and then you don't need to buy a whole new piece of equipment. You just buy an attachment, and you're done. And if you have two of these units, again, not only are you able to work two people at the same time, maximizing your time, but also we're also designing a parallel bar attachment. So if you have two of them standing side by side, we can have parallel bars connecting the two and potentially a reel across
So
the
you could
bar.
have the winter, the senior Olympics on
Yeah,
the
hey.
parallel bars.
Wow.
That's exactly that was
Right.
that was my thought.
I know.
You
You
stole-
were right there. I got the reference.
You stole. Yeah,
He's
we
an
also
engineer.
we're also designing the beam
Yeah, right.
and the rings We got the rings.
Wow.
No, but having that, we call that the Fitness Arch Duo, and the idea is you can have two. You have a walkway, 16 feet walkway, with two seats on each side,
No.
right, and nowhere to fall.
Oh, okay.
Literally, right? If you have someone who's paralyzed or non-weight bearing, you can have that same harness, click it on the reel.
Oh,
and
I
walk.
see.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
So they can walk
So
right
all
out.
of these things are in the works, and the thing is that this unit, you don't need to like update to another unit or whatnot. It's just some other things that we're building on. So that's
So the time that you would, what kind of programs you'd have? How long would somebody use this for? For how many minutes? Because you can only do one person at a time or two, depending upon how you structure it.
Yeah.
So you've got a 4-hour program. You've got slotted
30 minutes.
events
I would do a 30-minute. Again, it depends. It's not up to me. It's really this is
Well,
what
what's
the,
recommend? I guess what's recommended for that
The-
population as well.
well. It all depends. Which population, right? And what's the
30
ability.
minutes would be a
For
long
some
time.
people,
Yeah.
for some people,
minutes.
15 minutes is better. Some minutes is 5 minutes
Right.
of standing is all they can handle.
Gotcha,
Right,
okay.
right.
So you
And
can
if I'm going to
accommodate
put
for that.
you into this, I'm recommending an hour to an hour and a half on the ball
I've been
doing core
avoiding that
strength.
for a long
2
time now.
hours for.
Yeah, but Lincoln, I'm just to tell you that I designed this machine for every age and ability, and that includes the fit people. Because once you put this ball in the machine, you can have that core strength while not falling over. So what I would do to you personally, this is not a threat. Not a threat,
I'm gonna
but
leave now.
if you're, but I would have you kneel on the ball and balance yourself, and standing up doing core single arm exercise.
Whoa.
But that's just for Lincoln.
That's good.
You guys are all sick.
We all say.
You're all
Any
set.
more work, any more work.
Yeah, I could see he's overworked and undertrained, so we just get back into fitness more.
Can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
Would you be able to bring this in and work with some of our clients as to what would be the best for them?
Yes, and what we can do is we can actually set up, this will take a little bit of doing because you guys are in Tacoma and I'm in Seattle, but ideally, if, depending on what program you want to design, and we'll help you design it, because I'm very much interested
Oh, okay.
in what you can do.
Right.
Because again, this could be a great pilot program for us, and a great marketing opportunity for you guys, because we can call up the local newspaper, blah, blah, blah. But we can also hire and train a PT aide or just anyone that you already have who's working here. And I can train them to be able to do instructions. But, so we can, there are different levels of involvement. If you need me here to actually create a program, you know, we can discuss it and figure out how this could be done.
We have to have a licensed physical therapist for our program.
Yeah.
And so I guess the one question is, would he look at that and say, yeah, that's, you know.
Why don't you ask him? But
Well, yeah,
so
that
far,
would be a question.
so far, every single physical therapist that I've shown this to said, "Yeah, okay, I can do this stuff." Right? It takes about 15 minutes. No, actually, no, I lie. I show your physical therapist this picture,
Okay.
and he'll say, "Okay, I got it. All right, I got it."
Yeah, he did. He saw the
Was
video.
that Jim?
Jim saw the
Yeah,
video.
and if that's not enough for them, right? So I have a whole manual, and the manual is actually online as well. So if you go to our website and go under support and training modules, so what you will see is we're populating it right now, but here's all the exercises, right?
okay.
Before and after. But online, what you will see is different types of exercise programs like this.
Oh.
And then you can click on any of them, and then you see the video on how to do it.
How did you develop this? Just through seeing, yeah, how did you?
Yeah, well, I was mentioning that in the beginning is that my background is in health and wellness. I've been a personal trainer for about 17 years now. But what happened is I started doing fitness programs in retirement communities, and designing programs without equipment is not really helpful. And the two things that inspired me, one is teaching classes such as the one you just had, the chair aerobics one, where people come to the chair and they leave but they sit for exercise. And then the second is doing personal training with a lot of these people, in particular one in a power chair, where I actually had to hold that rubber band. But if I'm holding a rubber band, who's watching their form? Right, so that was the initial thing, and that was about 4 years ago. Yeah. So, I mean, again, I'm very interested in creating a strong program in a day, especially for these TBI, like these day activities, because if we can create something that A, works for you guys, reproducible, and we can find some numbers, and this is what Eddie is good for, like she's a numbers gal, we can recreate this all over the country very easily, just like this. It could be a program that we can then expand in many places.